All right, a couple other things we wanted to talk about before we get out of here today.
Wow, we.
Knock my mic.
Jesus.
So Fantastic Four on Valentine's Day released their picture, which was a really cool poster.
Yeah.
Like a 60s style looking team. And Pedro Pascal is Reed Richards, Vanessa Kirby as Sue Storm, Joe Quinn as Johnny Storm, and Eben Moss Backrack as Ben Grimm.
Mm-hmm.
All rumored. All came true.
Eben was in Andor.
Right, yes. That and the bear.
When we were talking about it off the air, I actually didn't finish the thought because we started talking about something else where we made a funny song up.
You know, as we do.
As we do.
Just a couple of guys.
Just cutting it up.
But yeah, so we talked about this a couple months ago. This was rumored for a while, and it finally came true. I think Pedro is an interesting choice to me. I don't know how I feel about it. I think he'll do great. I don't think he'll...
Reed is commonly, depicted as a guy who's not completely devoid of charisma, but he can be cold in his calculatedness because he's so smart. He can come off as cold.
Yeah.
But he's also got a certain charisma and a certain sort of charm. Obviously, look, Sue Storm is one of the baddest ass women in the Marvel Universe. She's smart, confident, and she could lead any super team. She could lead the Fantastic Four herself. And so you have to have a guy who realistically would attract a woman like that. You know what I mean? And yeah, I don't know Joe Quinn.
Yeah. He was in
He's presumably
Stranger Things.
Good looking.
Yeah.
Well, Johnny Storm has to be good looking. He's a ladies' man.
I think he's
yeah.
I don't know. I think
The
he's
one
good-looking, yeah.
picture I saw was very handsome. Yeah.
He was great as I think Eddie in Stranger Things the last season. So I like that choice, and I think he could be pretty charismatic. He kind of won over a lot of people because he was a new character that last season, and he won a lot of people, myself included, over.
Well,
I think he was great.
Good for you, dude.
So that excites me, and Eben Moss Backrack also excites me because I've seen what he did in Andor. I've seen what he did in The Bear. And yeah, he's really solid performances.
I mean, at some point, yeah.
And I think because of those other roles, he can really tap into that sad loneliness that Ben has.
Well, I mean,
and also be
how
charismatic.
How often do we? Have to be wrong? How often do we have moments where we're like, the casting was wrong, man? Like how many times?
No, and I think Pedro will be great as Reed.
If I'm not mistaken, wasn't RDJ when they cast him for Iron Man?
Yeah,
like,
Heath Ledger with The Dark Knight.
Yeah, so fuck off. Michael Keaton with the Batman, right?
Yeah,
shit.
I think across.
You know what? Honestly, Ben Affleck with the Batman.
Also, it's kind of perfect. Vanessa Kirby. I mean, Kirby. Come on. Kind of perfect.
I don't think she's related.
No, I just think it's kind of perfect.
She's great, and she's got that kind of ethereal beauty quality to her. She's striking, if that makes sense. Like Anya Taylor-Joy, she's beautiful, but like in a otherworldly kind of way. She's not like typically.
So this is all we know about.
And she's played strong female characters before, so.
This is all we know about Fantastic Four. We also know that it's going to come out July 25.
Okay.
Which will be in competition with Superman Legacy. So that'll be a fun month. I'm actually looking excited. And you know what? I'm excited.
Calling it right now. Superman
will be better.
Yeah. No.
We'll make more money.
Maybe. Yes.
Oh, really? Over Fantastic Four?
I think it will, yeah, because I think more people... Okay, first things first.
This is the third crack at this.
Fourth. The average movie audience is probably sick of the Fantastic Four, which is why MCU has probably avoided it. Well, they didn't have Fox for a while, but since they got them back, of course they want to do it right.
And it's also why I think they're doing what they're doing with the X-Men.
Even shitty Superman and Spider-Man movies make money, dude.
Yeah. It'll be interesting.
So I think Superman will probably take home the prize.
We don't know the villain. Do we want to say they're going to try a third time for Doctor Doom, or
it depends on the story they want to
because
tell.
you could.
How are you going to tell where they've been?
You could tie in Doctor Doom, or you could go with Galactus. We've already introduced Celestials.
Let me ask you a question.
That idea
Let me
already
ask you a
there.
question. Do you want to try and make
Silver
them
Surfer?
from an alternate universe
Okay.
that they haven't existed in the
I think I've
MCU,
seen this-
or
okay.
are we going to try and pretend that they did exist in the MCU somehow?
I've bitched about multiverses so much.
Right.
But hear me out.
And
'Cause I think I saw
doesn't
that-
every multiverse have a Fantastic Four? You know what I mean?
I think I heard about this online somewhere.
Okay.
I could be wrong.
Give me the scoop.
But the idea was
Mm.
to have it be a multiverse thing, right? But have Miles Teller be the evil version of Reed Richards from the Ultimate Universe.
Yeah. What's his name?
The Maker.
Yes.
And he fights Pedro Pascal.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? Or the dude from the first Fantastic Four.
Ian Griffith.
Who I think did a pretty good job.
I think he did great.
I don't think he was a that movie's real. Like, those movies are real cheesy, dude.
Yeah.
They are just woof. But yeah, and you're right. I do think it's gonna have a little bit a bigger hill to climb for me, because of the fact that I know James Gunn and I'm excited about a new Superman movie and the start of a new universe.
Sure.
But
isn't that the second part of the new universe?
But at the same time, I'm excited about this cast, and I'm interested in this cast because I think everybody that is in these roles are really solid, good actors, and I think it'll be a pretty. I mean,
think the reason why the villain hasn't been announced is because it'll give away the story.
Well, it's like I was saying, with the X-Men in this, I think they've done a lot to try and slow play this and do this right and get it right.
And I'm grateful
because
for
they've
that.
had so many failures with these properties in the past. So
Obviously, the X-Men has had more successes than failures.
All right.
But the Fantastic Four has been mostly failures.
Yeah. And man, when they'd missed, they missed.
Off panel, off topic with Jake and Tyler.